UFC 241 this Saturday night in Anaheim, California, the co-main event. Honestly, might be getting as much attention, as much love as the main event. Nate Diaz is back after years on the shelf. He's finally back in there. He's facing Anthony Pettis. Stylistically, it looks like it could be a lot of fun. But Dan, Tom, I gotta say, I don't envy your job in this particular situation. First of all, anything could happen with these two fighters. They're phenomenal, but I don't even know how you break down a guy that hasn't fought in 3 years. So how much did that impact? I mean, can you look at a 2016 era Nate Diaz and say, well, that's the same guy that's going to show up? Or do you say maybe he improved in the meantime, or maybe the skills fell off? I mean, how do you break that down?
You know, as we talked about in another breakdown of this card, John, sometimes you have to leave room to be surprised. Like you said, the time off, fighters can learn a lot of tricks, but generally we see that in the younger sample size, right? Earlier on in their career or early on in their years, sometimes those things go hand in hand. With Nate Diaz, he started off his career young, but he started off his career a while ago. I think Nate Diaz is essentially the fighter he's going to be. For me, it's more of a question is if we get a consistent Nate Diaz. We haven't always gotten the most consistent Nate Diaz. Now, he boasts about not pulling out of injury, and although that may be true, John, we always haven't had the most consistent Nate, whether it's on the scale sometimes even, or just the way he looks out there in the octagon.
Interesting that you use the word consistency, you know, because consistency with Anthony Pettis sometimes an issue as well, right? I mean, sometimes the guy looks like a world beater, other times he's had some off nights and you wonder what was going on. So, man, I just think there's so many question marks, so I got to put you to it, man. I mean, what conclusion did you come to? How did you end up leaning in this fight?
There is so many question marks, and whatever I don't miss, which I will miss in this video breakdown, be sure to check my full article on MMAJunkie.com. But yes, it is consistency. It is that kind of mental part, because I believe for Pettis it was mental. You're right. He was dropping fights and winning fights, but the common thread, he was a dog in all those fights. Anthony Pettis is afraid of no man. You know, he's been stopped a few times in his career, and sure, that's happened later than it has, you know, than in the past of those learning experiences. But I don't think that's a negative trend for Pettis. I think what he said and what Coach Duke Rufus said, that they weren't clicking, John, I believe that's true. I believe they're clicking now, and I think they're going to come in with a good game plan, because stylistically, I think Anthony Pettis, I'm a big Nate Diaz fan.
Right.
I think he's a bad matchup for Nate Diaz.
Interesting. All right. So do you think he gets this done via finish? I mean, look, Pettis, he can submit people. He can knock people out. I mean, do you think he gets a stoppage? Do we go 15 minutes?
I'm actually going to go with Anthony Pettis by a second-round stoppage. Now, Nate Diaz, again, he's always kind of been the same fighter we've seen. We've seen better versions of him, sure. He's got that Richard Perez boxing, but that boxing-centric stance has opened him up to kicks. He almost has a laissez-faire, a lackadaisical, if you will, defensive attitude toward kicks against one of the best kickers like Anthony Pettis, who's shown he can put away people with his punches, by the way. I think Anthony Pettis gets it done. He's seasoned. He's ready to go.
You're going to make a whole lot of Diaz fans mad.
I know.
Don't get angry. He's just doing his job. We pay him to do that. He's got to analyze it. So anyway, listen, like you said, if you want to see the full notes, kind of get the full research on what Dan Tom put together, check out the written version on MMA Junkie. Otherwise, just keep it on MMA Junkie all week as we keep you covered for UFC 241.